left in 2021. Who would have thought that? We're below the 100 mark. Amazing. All righty, where are we today? We only listed 24 homes yesterday. Oh my goodness. Let me do a quick sound check, everybody. Sound check. Sound check. Testing, 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 testing. Yep, we can hear. Good. Okay. And then I'll do one. I have a short video to play too today. Some tips for, or a big tip for your real estate business. Anybody wonders why I'm wearing this hat? Well, I'll tell you real quick. I fried my hair. Now, I don't mean in a skillet, of course, but I don't go to beauty shops. I'm really allergic to all those fumes and everything, so I have to color my own hair. So what I did is the last time I colored it, I left the solution on for more than 25 minutes and it got frizzy everywhere. So now I can't do anything with it. So I decided, okay, I'm going to wear a hat. And I started putting olive oil on it, actually. Olive oil, I got olive oil on my hair, so I wear the hat so you can't see all that olive oil. But it's working. It's helping it look to where I can start feeling normal again. You know, ladies, you got to feel normal. Got to feel normal. I'm going to get out of here for a second. See who we have today. There's Karen. Good morning, Karen. Always there. And good morning. Yeah, oh no, I fried my hair. Yeah, I don't go to beauty shops. I do my own nails. I do everything because I just, the way it is. So anyway, it's amazing. I save so much money. I think the stuff I put in my hair cost me like $12 every 5 weeks. Yeah. So I've got some, I did this to my hair 5 or 6 weeks ago, and it just really got worse and worse, especially as the roots started to show. So I don't know. Maybe by this weekend I'll color it again and I'll be back to normal. I know nobody cares, but nobody's listening. 19 days of inventory. Listen to that. That's not good. That's not good. Hi, Debbie. Good to see you. Debbie from Karen's office, Advantage Realty. Great company. All righty. Let me tell you, the homes under 400,000 were only 8 yesterday that you listed, which now takes us down to 489 homes, 400 and under. Oh my goodness. We're selling 125 a day. And it's getting down there. Single families are under 2,100. So everybody just please look at that. We only listed 24 homes. I keep saying that, but I'm going to stop. All right. The non-owner occupied, the investors are still hanging in there at 44 homes a day of the ones that we're selling. So that's still a third of our market. Yeah, a third of your market. Whew. All right. Today we're going to move on because I've got 2 things to cover. One, I'm going to cover some social media. I'm going to do a slight 2-second recap, and then we're going to get into blocking time blocking for social media. So important. And you have to be organized or you're not going to get where you want to go. And then once you're organized, I think you learned yesterday from Seth Godin that that's being prepared. You're organized, you're prepared. Well, then you have to be ready. And that means delivery. You have to be ready to deliver. And that's where we all put the brakes on. Let's go today. See what we have. Hide this. Put this up here. Let me put myself down here. Maybe. So let's recap just a little bit. Be intentional. Be intentional. That phrase right there covers a myriad of things as we talked about. Focus 5. Do your 5, 5, 5, and 5. Build those relationships. Learn how to use Facebook lists. Make the time daily or at least a few times a week to do that. And we gave you a little bit of a schedule down at the bottom here. So time block 15 minutes a day, at least 3 times a week to do this. It could be in the morning with your coffee, lunchtime, or dinner time. After dinner. Set aside the time to engage with others. Build the relationships. Check your notifications and respond to anything you're tagged in. I was, I do all these things and then I forget my notifications. So Yeah, you need to remember to check those. And then if you're active on more than one platform, you're going to have to block off time for each platform. So you might want to block off Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 9 to 9:15 for Facebook, and then Tuesday and Thursday from 1 to 1:15 for Instagram. And then if you're on LinkedIn, you need to fit that in maybe from 9:15 to 9:30. So, if you're on 3 platforms, you got to give each one at least 15 minutes a day, 3-4 times a week, I should say. The key is just getting it into your schedule so that it's a routine. Every day I get up and walk, to the point that, my God, if I don't, I walk almost every day. On the occasional days, maybe once or twice a month when I can't, I don't have a good day. I just don't feel mentally. I always have a good day, but I don't feel good about myself. That's not good. Okay, so more of the recap, putting it all together to create a smart plan. And I told you yesterday to download and print a free calendar. Now, this is a site, calendarlabs.com/2021-calendar-templates. Pick a calendar, any calendar, but pick something that makes it easy for you. I have a day timer. I spread out and I do my whole month. I've already done my whole month of October, what I have to do that are non-negotiable things that I have to do. Like I have to do my social media class or my CE class once a week. I have to do my social media class. I have to take care of things with property management. I have so many things, but I see what I have to do. And that says, okay, I better be real efficient because I don't have time to waste it. I can't waste time. So when you write it down, you write it on the calendar. We told you yesterday, mark off all the family birthdays, your vacations, and fill your calendar with your social media content plan. And you can use this for other business planning as well. And we talked about that yesterday. So you look at your calendar, you pick a day where you will do this each day. So what I'm saying is, so every month now you've got to block out an hour to create your calendar so that you have a plan and so that you're scheduled. We said yesterday, stop saying the word busy, say I'm scheduled. That has some mental, that gives you some mental security. You don't get so much anxiety when you say, I'm busy. No, you're not. You're scheduled. Just that's a tip from Ruth. And this may be the hardest for some people, but I'm telling you, it will make a big difference in your business. And and we were talking about Instagram and all those videos. Just remember, done is better than perfect. You can be prepared. The thing is to go, be ready to go, and don't worry about not being perfect. So, whoops, how did that get in there? So here we go, time blocking. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail, and that's critical to your success. So look at your topic list. Pick one topic a week and add it to your calendar. That week, that is going to be your topic. So if you have 12 topics on your list, you add one topic per week for the next 12 weeks. If you're a rock star and you come up with 52, you have 52 weeks of topic ideas. And then you add a topic to your calendar. Pick a day each week and then stick with it. Publish a video on this topic. Consistency counts. And it's just like when you have your favorite TV shows. You know what day and time they come on. Well, people are going to tune into you as well. It's the same thing. Community. You're building your community. And you may even record, a show for TV or Netflix or whatever. But you did it and you're going to go back and watch it. And people may do that with you as well. They might say, oh, Karen comes on every day at 11, so I'm busy today. I got to go to the dentist, but I'll make sure that I watch her later. And that's the way people think. That's the way you think. So what day will you be publishing your weekly content on your calendar? Very important. So yesterday, what did we talk about? Being original. And some people call it pillar content. I like that word. Gary Vee calls it relevant content, meaning that It's contextual to what you do. Um, and you can't just post for the sake of posting. Remember yesterday, be the purple cow, post original content. And of course, ideally, that's video content. And Seth Godin's message was very clear yesterday. I mean, he basically said, you have to stand out and people will follow you. Every one of us can be a leader, but if we don't stand up and be original and give people our opinions on things and our thoughts on things, then we're not going to create a following. We're just going to be boring. You know, when I look at YouTube, I have some people that do real estate videos, and some of them they don't relate to me. Then there's some that do, and there's some people that talk about social media on YouTube, and some of them, they just ramble on. They don't really give me points. You know, I'm a point person. I need the bottom line. I need to know, okay, what do I need to accomplish and how am I going to get there? And that's what I try to do for you as well. So you need to brainstorm. What do people ask you all the time? And what do you know with about your followers and your relationships? This whole slide here is about being original and taking time to think about who you are, what you like, and what you want to talk about. What interests you? Are you interested because your sellers are concerned whether or not they should sell now or wait? Let's move on. Here's some topics. So we said many times, is there a bubble? Well, that's the number one Googled question about real estate. Is there a bubble? So you can do a little bit of research on that. You know, I posted in the group the little document about why there's not a bubble. And I said, what you need to do with that is you need to really, really dive into it. And when you dive into that, you're going to learn why there isn't a bubble and be able to explain it, because, you know, whether you carry it with you and somebody says, how's the market? And you pull it out and you say, well, here, maybe you take a few with you, you hand one out, make sure your card's attached to it. You know, be able to recant why there's not a bubble. And then another question that sellers and buyers have is, especially if someone hasn't, you know, they've been in their house now 10 years, and that's pretty average for today's longevity of people staying in their homes. You know, well, has anything changed with who pays for what? That would be an interesting topic. And then if you're a first-time home buyer, who pays for what? Or if you haven't bought, you know, and then if you want to sell your home and buy a home, who pays for what? That has a lot of legs to it that you can create content around. In your words, again, your words, you need to be the purple cow, your words. Don't worry about who doesn't like you. Worry about the people that are going to follow you. So here's another thing. What would be your I'd be crazy not to sell price? That's a great topic. That would be a great topic. You've got to be having some experience with buying and selling, and what happens when there's multiple offers, and how your buyers, you know, determine what to offer if they wanted to offer more than the list price. There's a lot of people out there that not everybody's bought and sold a home right now. So there's a lot of people having these questions. And then just a basic one, should I stage my house? That's pretty evergreen. And then how many showing days before we look at offers? So made a grammatical mistake there, excuse me. And Bobby Martins on Saturday said he puts his house on the market on Friday, and he has showings Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And he tells everybody, all the agents, all the sellers and buyers know this. If you're going to make an offer, we're going to look at them on Tuesday. So he inconveniences his people only 4 days. That's really what they're looking for, is not a lot of disruption. You know, that's one of the things we have to overcome Zillow, is to eliminate the disruption of the people walking through the house. But Mr. Seller, it's only going to be for 4 days. We'll get offers by Tuesday, and, you know, we'll pick the best offer. Maybe there'll be one that's already qualified, and then you won't be worried about whether or not the buyer is going to qualify. We just have to make sure the house appraises. So, and you know what? I tell you something. I attended what was it? A seminar in Arizona. And Arizona, this was, oh my gosh, had to be in the late 90s. But anyway, there was an agent there, top agent in Phoenix, Scottsdale area. And she would get an appraisal on the house. So when now it wasn't a time like this when prices are rising and things are going on that are going on. But I like somebody asked me yesterday, the seller thinks their house is worth $385. The buyer wants to offer $350. It's not on the market yet. It's one of our property management properties. And I said, if the buyer really thinks that the seller's price is too much, have the buyer get an appraisal. I mean, if you really want to buy a house, spend a few $100 and get an appraisal, and then show it to the seller and say, look, this is what let's not go through the grief and the stress. Let's do this. So I think we're going to see a lot of different things happen in our market in the next couple of years, because I don't think this price paradigm is going to change anytime soon. So then when you make a list of all those questions and topics, add them to your calendar now, and time block on a monthly basis. Schedule yourself. Come up with a list of at least 12 to 15 topics. And you know what happens when you do that? More things pop into your head. You start thinking like that, right? So then you have to block out that time to engage with people. So on your calendar, block out the 30 to 60 minutes where you will schedule content for the week ahead. Look at the Agent Formula daily blogs for relevant content. Every day we post things that are similar to Keeping Current Matters, because we're a white, what do they call it? White labeled. We're white labeled with them. We have permission, because we white labeled, to utilize their content. So if you are not subscribed to Keeping Current Matters, we do a daily blog from that content, so that that'll save you some money if you want a Uber Las Vegas website. All right, so now schedule your posts for your open houses, your new listings. Upload your videos or schedule other tips and graphics and motivational quotes. So these are all things that you already know what's going to happen. And then here's the key: batching. Batching is organization versus just posting whatever. So once you start doing this and you see that now the social media engagement and exposure and building your following, your tribe, so to speak, becomes easier. And it becomes, what I've learned, it almost becomes fun then. And I know I think work is fun, but you might not, but I think it is. I think all this is fun. So, but when it's because I try to be very, very organized. And then consistency, the outgrowth of that is consistency builds trust, and trust is what it's all about. Just like Seth Godin said yesterday, we've got to be interesting versus right? I mean, if you overanalyze, if you wait till it's perfect, you won't do it, and it won't be as interesting because it'll sound rehearsed and not authentic. So listen to this. Block out time to engage with people. You've got to do that. And then block out an hour a week where you'll schedule the content for the week ahead. And that's when you can use our daily blogs, because there's ideas in there, and not everybody's reading them. So they don't know what you know. And believe that, the people that do know it will say, wow, she knows that too. And the other people say, wow, I didn't know that. That's how it works. Okay, so that's, we already talked about that, so we don't need to recap that. And then we're done. We're done with this. Now I want to show you today, and I hope that everybody gets all this. You just have got to do this. Done is better than perfect. Just remember that. Okay, I'm going to hide this now, and we're going to go on today. And I want to, what I want to do is, I want to start giving you some tips. Now, I went back and looked at the Tom Ferry videos, and he's got some, I think 15 or 16 tips I've got. And this is tip number one, and it's only about 5 minutes. I clipped it for 5 minutes. This is a tip, and then we'll wrap up the show today. I just want to remind you, give me a like, share this. Yesterday's would be a fantastic one to share to your team members or people that you think need a little help, because people need to understand from someone else's perspective besides mine or yours what this world is, what the social media world's all about, what the internet is all about, I should say. It's more about the internet, which is the social media platforms are on. But anyway, let's get back to the tips here. We have a class tomorrow. It's a fantastic class. Jimmy Daig teaches from 2 to 5 tomorrow. And it's broker management and agent management. It's for both. If you are a broker, it counts for your broker management requirement. And if you're an agent, it's just really interesting and you'll learn some things. Yeah, it's really good. Okay, so let's listen to this together, and hopefully I will do a check so that it works. I'm going to mute myself.
I'm 5'2".
All right.
My license is 5'.
People growing their base.
Mm-hmm.
I know every person listening right now or watching wants to do let's just call it.
A coach in Steamboat Springs, Colorado, and you're going to like this. Robert Yazbek, you were there recently.
Yes,
and
I was just with him.
Hey, watch this. He's doing client events called Tacos and Tequila. Okay, and watch this.
Well, we're going deep right away here.
Right. We're getting right to it.
Yes.
That'll
Tacos
make
and
people
tequila.
show up. Right.
Yeah, that will cause people to show up. Yes.
But here's what's interesting. They're doing it on Friday nights at 4 to 6 o'clock.
Perfect.
Not on a Saturday or Sunday.
Right.
More people, and what they're finding is more people are showing up, hanging out. They've actually brought in a chef. Mm-hmm. They may have margaritas or maybe a shot of tequila. It's not a big barn burner blowout, but people seem to stay a little bit longer. Right. They're inviting expireds and for sale boners. Great idea.
No way. Yeah. Are they showing up?
They are showing up. There was an expired recently on house was across the street, and they invited them. They showed up and they said, at the end of that, we need to talk to you. But hey, Tom, the real results are they've done 2 in the past month. Yeah. And they've already got a reputation. Other agents are saying your open houses are legendary. Right. Now, are people describing your open houses as legendary and getting 40 to 60 people show up at a time? Right. So here's what happened. They've had 4 offers the day of the open house. People they didn't know showed up to Tacos and Tequila, started hanging around, looking around, and go, I think we want to make an offer on this. And
so I didn't get the context. Did you guys get the context? This is actually at an open house.
This is at an open house.
I thought this was just like he was just like, come to my house and drink tequila and have some tacos, right? So he's doing this is a mega open house.
It's a client event
around tacos and tequila, inviting past clients and Sphere plus expireds and FSBOs, and open to the public.
And they have a band that shows up. I mean, they make it an event, and their idea is to do this twice a month. And so far, they've sold both houses that they did this on, and they wrote it themselves. They were on the other side of the deal.
They generated the buyer themselves from that experience. Okay, so fellas, first one you hear that, was it 2010, so I'm dating myself, Chad, when we started doing mega open houses, coming off REOs, right, where we would have 50 signs out. So it's kind of the same concept, modernized. But aren't you guys thinking, wait a minute, like COVID is happening right now, like can you, I guess maybe like you can do this in Colorado Springs?
They can do it there, and they're spreading out. It's a big house that they're doing it on. It's more of a high-end luxury property that they're doing it on. The clients that own the house are super excited about it,
Yeah.
and they're making it a thing, almost like, hey, we'd love to schedule you in October and do tacos and tequila at your. They're using it as a marketing ploy to even reach out to expireds and FSBOs.
Right. And a strategy, obviously, to win the listing. Bill, you were going to say.
I'll say this too. I have a good amount of clients that are actually in California, right?
Yeah.
One of them specifically comes to my mind is Bonnie King up in the Bay Area,
Right.
which is,
legendary agent.
iconic agent. And she's also, in a area which is very, very conservative when it comes to like concerns and fears about COVID, as is understandable. They did an open house. So all individuals that are thinking right now, oh man, should I or should I not be doing open houses right now? I will tell you, even in East Bay, they had 125 individuals that actually came through for an open house, right? So the public is there. They're willing to come out. And obviously you want to have that safety first conversation.
Right. Of course,
always, right?
always.
But at the same time, I think you're missing out on an opportunity because there's a lot of agents that won't do it for whatever hallucination that they have and so, if you're doing what others aren't, then you're going to have what they never will. And so do it safe, right? Do it, like level up on it as well too, to be able to intelligently make it so that people actually remember it.
Yeah. I go back to the interview I did with Ivy Zellman twice in the last 18 months, and she said, as much as we have fear, and we don't want to make the show about COVID, but we're talking about marketing ideas, but as much as fear is in the marketplace, home buying has trumped COVID. She's like, I mean, and everyone listening right now watching this knows, like, what's happening in real estate. So with that said, okay, that's number. We're talking about marketing ideas, but as much as
Okay, so let me remove that baby. And so what did you think of that? That's pretty cool. Let's see. Let's put this up here. I'll put myself down here. Okay. So what did you think of that? That's pretty cool. Lower my volume there. Okay, now what we just heard was tacos and tequila twice a month, open house. Pick a house that is beautiful, of course, very nicely decorated or staged, and twice a month. And the secret is, of course, you invite expireds, people, the listings that have expireds. And you can get those, from different sources. I think Vulcan 7 can give you expireds. And we talked about vulcan7.com. You can keep track of when listings expire. You can keep track of those and call those people if you're into expires and have them come to the open house. That's just one idea, but for them, it's really working. And then clients, their past clients, their current clients, come on to my open house. And then, of course, you can walk the neighborhood that you're having the open house, and tacos and tequila. And, we do it twice a month. This month it's here. Now, think of social media. Think of being the purple cow. Think of you putting this on all your social media platforms, that you're, and then you have to be consistent. Of course, you have to be consistent, and becomes its own marketing tool. It's like that fax machine, right? That fax machine doesn't work without another fax machine to send it to. So this is kind of like the same concept. You're building a community, your own tribe, because you're doing something different. So this is really cool. And I tell you this story many times. Sam Coleman, 2 years ago, right before COVID, from October to December, he sat an open house every day for 90 days. Sam Coleman right now, 2.5 years later, is he's just blowing up the world. He is like doing a fantastic job at real estate, and his business has just exploded because he took the time and was consistent and got his tribe. You have to be the purple cow. So anyway, you guys have a wonderful day. Social media, you've got to get your organization together. I think you'll do it. I will prepare a recap so that it's real easy to follow. And let's see, here's win the day. and you need to add your social media content to your win of the day, create your calendar, do all those wonderful things. Come to class tomorrow, 2 to 5, learn, have some fun, have some food, and get 3 CE credits. Y'all have a great day. Thank you. See you tomorrow.